Her petition in the ban is very dear and close to my heart, and I would like to welcome Melanie Folwell from Idahoans United for Women and Families.
Hey everybody! My name is Melanie Folwell, and I'm so proud to be one of the lead organizers from Idahoans United for Women and Families. If you are not aware of what that is, we are the statewide, nonpartisan, volunteer-driven group currently circulating a little something called the Reproductive Freedom and Privacy Act. I'm not sure I need to explain this to this crowd, but Idaho's extreme abortion ban does not work. No. Many people don't realize this in our state, but for decades, Idaho had legal, regulated access to abortion under Roe. Everyday doctors worked with their patients to protect their health, their dignity, their lives, and make no mistake, that is gone. It has been many long years since the fall of Roe. And in that short amount of time, we have lost 43% of the obstetricians who were delivering babies here before the ban went into effect in August of 22. Because in our state, there is no exception for the health of the pregnant person, no exception for families who receive a devastating fetal diagnosis at 20 weeks, families who for decades can seek compassionate care close to home. There is no exception to save the health of the person who is pregnant in a state that claims to value liberty above all else. That is unconscionable. And if you're tuning out right now and thinking, you know what, I don't need an OB, I don't need a GYN, this doesn't apply to me. Guess what? The trigger ban doesn't care if this isn't your issue. The consequences of this law have been profound for everybody. We've lost family doctors, pediatricians, ER docs, oncologists, cardiologists, every specialist that you need to see when you are sick, or the specialist that helps us get routine health screenings so we don't get sicker. And if you can't see a doctor when you need a doctor, that is no quality of life at all, Idaho. It doesn't matter how pretty the mountains are, or how nice tree fort is. If we can't get basic medical care, and if we can't be taken care of with dignity and privacy, we must take it back. That's right! So, for four legislative sessions now, the legislators in this building have been asked to act. They have heard from doctors, they've heard from women, they've heard from their families, they've heard stories that would break the heart of anybody with a conscience, and they have not acted. But here in Idaho, I have some great news. We have access to a thing called a citizens ballot initiative, a tool of direct democracy that in the absence of a ourselves, and that is exactly what we are doing. So now, we are circulating. We are in our final 30 days. Our deadline is April 30th to achieve 100,000 signatures on the Reproductive Freedom and Privacy Act. I want to pause here, and I want every single Idahoans United volunteer in the audience to raise their clipboard high, wave your hands around. You're such a big crowd for work. Do not without adding your name to this initiative. It is real, it is neat, and this is how we make change in this state. The volunteers that just raised their hands are just a few of the 971 unpaid volunteers across the state who have braved heat and winds and snow and cold and uncomfortable conversations state after state where restoring reproductive rights have been on the ballot, it has succeeded. And here in Idaho, we know that 60% of our fellow Idahoans, no matter their partisanship, no matter what corner of the state they live in, they support this initiative. We can win this, but we can only win this if it's on the ballot. So my ask, do not leave here without signing. Do not leave here without visiting that booth down there with the American flag topper and making sure that you sign your name and you come alongside us to make history here in Idaho, where we are going to say, at the end of the day, no matter how you feel about access to abortion, we can all